Photographers and videographers are going to say the less people you have, the better, because it's going to be more manageable. You're going to get through photos faster. There's less people in one space. It's a little less chaotic. But we can't really dictate how many people you want to be surrounded by on your special day.
I'm John from BGP Wedding Films, and welcome to Say Yes to the Best, where we talk to the best wedding pros to give you wedding planning advice. Subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. We have new content out all the time to help you with your wedding planning. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about your bridal party and who you should have with you on your big day. There's a lot of different opinions on that. Some couples opt to do no bridal party, just to have the two of them. Others have a small bridal party with maybe a best man, maid of honor, couple people, that's it. Others seem to invite every person they've ever met, and the bridal party just spreads out forever. So I've been asking our guests what their opinion is based on the weddings they've worked, the things they've seen, what their opinion is on the size of your bridal party.
Your bridal party, the people in your bridal party should be the people that you want to have next to you during your ceremony. If there's somebody that you are thinking about too much, if you're not sure, that should be an automatic no. The people that's there, it's because they're meaningful. If it's 3 of them, if it's 1, if it's 15, it's because they mean something for you as a couple, as an individual, in your whole life. So if you're doubting how many people you should have in your party, it should be about the importance of them in your life, and not just because she's a good friend and she had me in my bridal party or he had me in his wedding party. It should be about the importance of them in your life, and that will determine how many people you will have. There's no rule that says that you need to have 1. There's no rule that says that you need to have 10. And sometimes groups are fun and sometimes they're completely chaos. So it's just really narrowing down who you want to have in most of your pictures and by your side during the ceremony.
I feel like the lower number is better. The big 10, 13 bridal party is fun. It can be a lot of people to manage. Speaking from a bridal standpoint, I've had so many bridesmaids kicked out of the bridal party, and it's just like, just keep the people who are your core people, your family, people you know you've been close to forever, and you know that they're going to be continuing being so important to your life after your wedding.
I would say that 5 or 6 is definitely a great size as far as for photos, and it's not too crowded. However, I know a lot of couples have a lot of friends, and I would hate to see them have to cut a friend out of their bridal party. So we've definitely had bridal parties of 10 on each side, which is it's large, but it's a lot of fun too. So, but I would say 5 or 6 is a really good spot to have. And it's definitely still a fun group, but it's a little bit more intimate.
I think that it would go as well with be very selective with it. I know that we can be a couple with a lot of acquaintances, really close friends, a big family, a lot of siblings. Keep it simple so that you can actually get to have special moments with each person and remember that day in a more treasurable way.
Yeah, rather than thinking about the insanity of, oh my gosh, did I get gifts for everybody?
Yes.
The correct gifts for everyone? Did I? Which is fine to think about if you love that and you have a big wedding party. That's awesome. But also keeping it simple and making sure that the focus isn't taken off what the day is all about, which is 2 people getting married.
Right. Photographers and videographers are going to say the less people you have, the better, because it's going to be more manageable. You're going to get through photos faster. There's less people in one space. It's a little less chaotic. But we can't really dictate how many people you want to be surrounded by on your special day.
I've done it both ways, as you know. I've been really blessed to have, everyone has phases of their life, and I've taken pretty much one person along in every phase. So that pretty much made up how I did it the first time. I think we kept it to family, and I had maybe 2 friends. So it was small, I think, because sometimes I see a lot more than 4. And when I got married the second time, it was just my sister and my daughter. My daughter was the junior bridesmaid flower girl. I think it's much like how you choose how many people to invite to your wedding. It's who are the people that matter most, right? Who are the people that have been with you? I know the second time around, we were very deliberate about even picking our officiant. A friend of ours got ordained because we wanted someone to really know us as a couple and not feel like they had to script it. So I know it can be hard when your life is rich with many experiences and many people, but it's who's going to be standing by you at the end, and who's going to be there for counsel and for support, and really knows you and knows the 2 of you as a couple. That was how we made some of those decisions.
That are closest to you, and trying to tune out all of the opinions of everybody else. This is such a personal decision. And if you feel like, maybe your college roommate, you feel like they should maybe be part of the bridal party just because of where you're at this point in life, but really you're thinking that, maybe after college, that's not going to be one of your closest relationships, then don't ask them to be in your bridal party. It's a difficult decision, and it can get awkward at sometimes, but it's really all about you. Your whole wedding day is your decision, and you should be making those choices based on your own feelings.
I think when you choose your bridal party, you need to think about the people who are most important to you and who will truly be there for you for your big day and also beyond into your marriage. The people that are in your wedding party are often going to be the people that are seeing your marriage through years and years down the line. And you want them to be your biggest cheerleaders and your biggest supporters.
So I would take into consideration when you're thinking about who you want up there with you. Do you, talk to them on a normal basis? Are they related to you? Do you have a deep connection with them? Because you definitely want to make sure that when you do have these pictures of this, day that you're going to look back in 30 years, you want to have, the most important people with you. So, and that can range from 10 to 15 to 4 people, depending on, your personality. But that's what I recommend. And I tell everybody, make sure that who's up there with you is someone that you want to see in your pictures 30 years from now.
Also with this, we get this a lot. We have brides that want us to come and do their bridal party. And then for people that they didn't have in their bridal party, that they still want to be a part of something in the morning, we do a separate group of getting ready. So we'll get the bridal party ready, and then we'll do, other family members that may not be in it, just to have them part of something and to get some services done and look beautiful, because they might be in family pictures and stuff like that.
I think bridal parties have become smaller and smaller and smaller because of the pandemic, because people are really loving these intimate 50-person, I want to call them micro weddings, mini mon, whatever they're called. So I think for the most part, I've noticed bridal parties are getting smaller and smaller. And I think to choose your bridal party, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to just stand there and look pretty in their lavender, God forbid, dress? Or do you want them to help you plan your wedding? Find the closest, truly closest people in your life to be part of that party.
For the bridal party, sometimes we have weddings that don't have a bridal party. Sometimes we have weddings that have, 8 or 9 people on each side. So it's really up to you. Don't feel obligated to include anyone in your bridal party, and don't feel obligated to have a bridal party. Really choose those people that, mean a lot to you and are a big part of your life, and you won't go wrong.
Choose the people that you want next to you on one of the biggest days of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in the days of micro weddings, we've seen bridal parties with 6 or 7 people.
Yep.
And we've seen them with a single person or no people or dogs.
Or just a dog.
Yeah.
Whoever makes you feel special and is going to support you.
Yep.
To me, I think we're starting to see a shift towards much smaller bridal parties. Maybe I'm biased because I did that.
I think picking just a few people will help you keep everything under control logistically. So that's my recommendation. Kind of go out as few people as you can and try to avoid anything over like 10. It just becomes a lot.
I did not want a big party. I feel like it gets too chaotic when you have like more than 5. I had 4, and that was perfect for me. The way that I thought about it, and this is going to sound silly, but for my photos, I was like, if I stand in the middle, I have 2 on either side. I guess I like even numbers, so that's how it worked for me.
Sometimes, someone may have asked you, let's just say, for instance, to be a bridesmaid in their wedding, 10 years ago, when you were really close and you're no longer really close. Don't feel obligated to ask that individual to be a part of your party. Because in the end, I feel like, you should share that time with the people who you are the closest with at this point in your life.
I feel like I'm not a good person to ask because I would elope and not have anyone there. But I don't know. I guess the number one wedding advice I always give, which I think goes for everything across all questions, is don't listen to anybody else and just do whatever you want to do. And I think that might help out in terms of like Crystal from my, not fraternity, what is it? Sorority is like, she's my littles, bigs, little, whatever. And it's like, you don't need to include everybody. I think you need to include your siblings, your closest friends, and you don't need to have that pressure of feeling like you need to invite the whole world.
So I wanted to include that clip last because I think just my philosophy in general with your wedding planning is you need to just do what will make you happy and will give you the best experience on your wedding day. And I think that goes with your bridal party as well. If you want to have a big bridal party because you have a lot of people you feel really close with, have a big bridal party. If you want to have a small bridal party, you only want to have those people who are going to be big parts of your life 10, 15, 20, 30 years down the line, I think that's a great choice too. So a lot of the guests said, you really want to think about who's going to be in your life down the line. And, for me, I'm 8 years after my wedding, and that's definitely something I wish I had kind of even considered a little harder, just like who's really, really going to be a part of my life 8 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. And I think if you're kind of coming from it at that angle, you're not going to worry as much. It was like, well, that person had me in their bridal party, but they had 10 people on each side, versus I want to have just 3 people on each side. It's a different calculus. So as with, I think, everything, just decide what will make you the happiest on your wedding day. And I think that's a good guiding principle when you're deciding the size of your bridal party. So hopefully that's going to help you figure that out and it not just give you more opinions and more things to think about and go back and forth on. But I really appreciate you watching this. If you liked it, please like below. All of the guest information is going to be below, so you can go check them out. They're all incredible wedding professionals. So if you're looking for any vendors, that's a great place to start. I really appreciate you watching. Again, subscribe right here. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. For me, it's all about helping you plan your wedding, enjoy the process, and have it be stress-free. So thank you again, and happy planning.